Probando, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
There's obviously no peaceful way to settle this.
Indeed.
¿Qué pasa? Espera. A ti te vamos a sabotear. A ti te vamos a lanzar. Y a ti te voy a sobrecargar. ¿Cómo me quito de aquí?
Shields down.
God damn. ¿Qué es amortiguación? Neutraliza temporalmente la tecnología como todos los enemigos bióticos. Ok, sí. Alteración. Daña a todos los enemigos. Los hace vulnerables a futuros daños. Sí, ese. Y aumenta mucho, pero de forma breve, la protección de armadura, lo que reduce el daño a la salud en situaciones de emergencia. Sí. ¡Vete! ¿Qué onda, Bati? ¿Y ese streamer de Facebook? La Venecia. ¿Dónde están los enemigos? Están... Están... Ok, a esta aumenta daño y la batería como pistola se elimina el poder del arma. Barrera, añade barrera biótica a tu escudo. Recarga parte de los escudos. Permite realizar ráfagas. Ok, no. Todo no está cargado. Arrojar objetos. Vamos a lanzarlo y sobrecargarlo. Órale. No hay nada. Está el otro. Ahí viene. Ahora sí. No, espera. Y vamos a neutralizar tu tecnología. ¿Se lo aventaron o no? Bloqueado. Ok. ¿Puedo guardar aquí? ¿En plena pelea? ¿No? Ok. Quería hacer trampa. ¿Dónde está la otra? Nivel de poder de Venecia. ¿Dónde está la otra? Oh, ahí está, ahí está. Ah, some get.
Form up.
Vengan conmigo, vengan conmigo. ¿Falta otro?
To me.
Conmigo, conmigo. ¿Dónde? ¿Ah? Oh no. Más si le parece que tiene unas nalgas ahí en el pecho. Esperen, esperen, tenemos gente allá. Espérense, focus. ¿Sí? Se acorralaron medio feo aquí. Vale. Aquí estamos bien. Vengan conmigo. Nice.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is
¿Qué onda,
clear.
Legends? Hola. No hate. Ok. Su zape y a dormir. Ya sé. ¿Qué dice la matriarca Venecia? Saren es imparable, dice. ¿Qué planea Saren?
Start talking, Venezia. What's Saren's next move?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
A ver, he cerrado una parte de mi mente. La he salvado por un momento, pero para así ayudar a destruir a Saren, pero no durará demasiado.
So you can turn on me again.
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepherd.
¿Le
People are not
creemos?
themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
Se parece a esas madres de disque suéter de solo mangas y lo que está usando el... Ah, sí. Sí, solo las manguitas. Es que tiene frío nada más en los brazos, pues. La clave es el soberano, su nave insignia. Es un acorazado de tamaño increíble y su poder es extraordinario. ¿De dónde lo ha sacado?
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Estuvo bien, Akuma, no me morí. La verdad es que me la llevé tranquila, usé poderes, usé cobertura. Estuvo bien, ¿eh? Iba a poner algo, pero recordé una cosa y mejor no lo puse. ¿Ok?
Someone on Novaria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Why does Saren need the Mu relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it,
Pensé que iba a
please.
pelear con ella. ¿No hay una parte en donde peleamos con ella?
Knowing the relay's coordinates isn't enough. We need to know where to go from there.
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you
Oh, no.
should. Die.
Ah, va. Esperen. Ah, espérate. Ah. ¡Cúbrete! Ah, va.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got Metagel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again. No light. They always said there would be a...
Se le baja un poquito más el vestido y se le verían los acá. Manches nalgas ahí.
Good as new.
Esa es la parte donde puedo destruirlos, ¿no?
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, one moves all.
This is going to be a fun conversation.
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
El Rachni la está usando como una voz. Se viene. ¿Qué onda, Yeye? Buenos días.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
Makes sense. A baby left alone in a closet until she's 16 won't be sane.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
She's the last of her race, Shepard. We don't have the objectivity to judge her.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
Me acuerdo que la otra vez los maté, pero ahora estoy dudando un poquito. Porque suenan como que inofensivos y como que ellos no querían hacer daño. Pero no sé. A ver.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Híjole.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
Creo que ya sé lo que voy a hacer. Ya tomé una decisión, Akuma. Y no te va a gustar. O bueno, no sé.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
Are you stupid? Your people didn't fight these bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
Tienes razón, morirá. Sí, es lo que estoy viendo. Pero... ni pedo. Yo no soy Dios, yo no puedo decidir sobre una especie. No cometeré un genocidio.
Are we any better if we kill them all?
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words, you'll regret this.
Sí, me acuerdo que la otra vez los maté. Digo, no terminé como para saber qué sucedía, pero esta vez los liberaré. Esa alarma.
The appeal of winter wears thin very quickly.
Ay. Ajá. Es que eres idiota. Y no tienes respeto ese güey. Y te regresa a matarte. Esperemos que no. Ay, quiero estornudar. Ah. Ah, es cuando apago el... ¿Es cuando apago el micrófono o qué, Bati? ¿Por qué le haces así? Sí, es que me puse el headset que sí puedo mutear para mutearme cuando estornudo o toso y así. No me sé el lore del canal, no, pero yo tampoco sabía que era eso. A ver, ¿qué estoy haciendo? Vamos a guardar. Vamos a hacerlo uno nuevo. Por si quiero cambiar mi decisión. Que no creo. No creo que quiera cambiar mi decisión, la verdad.
Larger warship, Sovereign is the flagship of the rogue Spectre's Saren. An enormous dreadnought larger than any other ship in any known fleet, it is crewed with both Geth and Krogan. At 2 kilometers long, its spinal-mounted main gun is likely capable of penetrating another dreadnought's kinetic barriers with a single shot. How Saren acquired this incredible warship is unknown. The prevailing opinion is that Sovereign is a Geth construct, while others believe it is a Prothean relic. Its design, however, hints at a more alien and mysterious origin. The attack on Eden Prime demonstrated Sovereign's ability to generate mass effect fields powerful enough to land on a planetary surface. This implies it has a massive Element Zero core and the ability to generate staggering amounts of power.
Una nave de 2 kilómetros de longitud, no mames. Te acaba de spoilear el narrador. No sabía que tenía Krogans. ¿Es eso? ¿Ese es el spoiler? LOL.
Biotics. Mass relays are feats of Prothean engineering advanced far beyond the technology of any living species. They are enormous structures scattered throughout the stars and can create corridors of virtually mass-free space, allowing instantaneous transit between locations separated by years or even centuries of travel using conventional FTL drives. Primary mass relays can propel ships thousands of light years, often from one spiral arm of the galaxy to another. However, they have fixed one-to-one connections. A primary relay connects to one other primary relay and nowhere else. Secondary relays can only propel ships across a few hundred light years. However, they are omnidirectional. A secondary relay can send a ship to any other relay within its limited range. There are many dormant primary relays whose corresponding twins have not yet been located. These are left inactive until their partner is charted, as established civilizations are unwilling to blindly open a passage that might connect them to a hostile species.
Ah, ok. O sea, no los abren por miedo. ¿Por qué está marcado este así? ¿Se bugueó o qué? Mi nave del No Man's Sky. Mira, está la nave del No Man's Sky aquí. A ver, ahorita organizo eso. Uy, 8 puntitos muy buenos, ¿eh? ¿Qué es esto? Aumenta la fuerza de los escudos. Ok, sí. Vamos a agarrar más salud. Y vamos a subirle a los francos. Muy bien. Te has encargado de la matriarca, pero aún queda el problema de los Ragnar y los laboratorios de seguridad. Laboratorios de seguridad. ¿Son estos? Ah, sí. ¿Pusiste que se levelearan solos? Sí. Sí, porque luego se me olvida y así ya no paso y le doy a aceptar y ya. Ellos se levelean solos, pero yo sí le tengo que picar. ¿No le puse una vez a Yeye un nombre inspirado en este güey? Yaroslav. Sí, ¿no? Yaroslav. Me suena. Cuando estaba aprendiendo ruso en Duolingo. Creo que le puse este nombre a Yeye. En Discord.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Ragnar's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Ragnar, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Ragnar. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Ok. ¿Es aquí?
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
How many Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry, the sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
Gosh. Pinche mona.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable materials are brought together to form a critical mass. Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
Nah, just a pleasant afternoon in the sun for a Krogan.
The purge is lethal to all known forms of...
Shut up. Last thing I need is some virtual wench questioning my fitness.
Oye, pero... ¿Qué no los Rachni ya son mis amiguitos? ¿Tengo que matarlos a fuerza? ¿Qué dice el diario? Para armar la purga de honor necesitas una tarjeta de acceso. Ah, o sea, sí la tengo que hacer.
Logging you out, Commander. Online.
¿Y si no quiero hacerlo? Para una cena chusca. ¿Tengo que hacerlo? ¿Puedo no hacerlo? No, ¿verdad? O sea, según la misión del diario tengo que hacerlo. Ah, ¿no tengo código?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Six Semper Tyrann from free.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Who would have this code?
Director of Operations Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
We're moving on.
Logging you out.
¿Por qué no me dio el código de una vez? Che mongol. ¿Cómo quiere que haga la purga y no me da la wea?
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will get nearer and start.
Sopas. Ok, creo que no somos amigos. Ya está.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Oye, no. Hay muchos. ¿Hay otra salida? Oh, pues. Me confunden los que están vivos y los que están muertos. ¡Corre! ¡Ay! Ups. ¿Cuál es este? 1032. Sí, es este. Creo que es mejor quedarme adentro. A ver. ¿Por qué no lanza la gran? Ah, es con la X. ¿No? Quítate. ¿Ya? ¿Esto qué es? Ok. Son muchas puertas. ¿A dónde tengo que ir? Has derrotado a la matriz que has eliminado a los reinos de la autoseguridad. Sal de la estación por el tranvía de pasajeros en el que llegaste. Ok. Ah. A ver, ese pinche comando lo tengo que editar. Timers, aquí está, bot timers.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Discord Socials. Elements. Aquí está. Save. Déjalo como bait. No, ya lo quité. Ay. Ya lo edité. Comandante, ¿cuál es nuestro siguiente movimiento? ¿Vamos al Relay Mew?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander's right. We can't rush off blind. We need more to go on.
What about Liara Tassoni? The matriarch's daughter. Isn't she some kind of expert on the Protheans?
Yeah, right. Her mother was working for Saren. I bet she is too.
But Nezia helped us in the end. Maybe Liara will too. At the very least, we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster to find her.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Órale, cheloca. ¿Ya viste por qué no tenía a Liara? Todavía no voy por ella.
We're all on
Cálmate.
the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Crew, dismissed.
Area report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Nevaria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Va. Toca hacer los rondones y hablar con la raza. Empecemos con Joker.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
Oye, ya no hice lo de... Había un vato que quería hacer un contrabando o algo así.
I have to go.
All right.
Recoge el paquete.
See ya.
Técnicamente debería estar acá afuera, ¿no?
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
A ver, está. Parece que es un mod de un arma experimental y bastante potente. A ver. va.
Just like winter back home.
Bet nippy.
¿Puedes quedártelo? O sacarle más varo al dude. Ok, ¿qué me conviene? ¿El varo o el mod? ¿Cuál de esas dos opciones me da virtud?
Commander, I'm glad you stopped to talk. I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that Analea-sama was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rest assured, I bear you no ill will.
Unfortunate. He was a criminal, Captain.
The Executive Board is not concerned with galactic law, Commander. That's why this planet was settled, after all. As far as they are concerned, Analea-sama went too far. On Noveria, you may do what you wish, so long as you do not disturb public order. I only request that you limit the number of disturbances you provoke. I would consider it a favor.
I don't intend to make life difficult for anyone.
I appreciate that, Commander. If you will excuse me, I must file reports on this incident. Good day.
Uy. A ver, Cosmo. ¿Quieres entrar? Vente. Pásale. Ay, la Cosmo. Ven. Te pongo tu cobija, ven. Ven. Ven, tarada, no me muerdas. ¡Ah! No. Ay. A ver.
Do you have the package? The customer grows restless.
Here you are.
Sí.
The Spectre has done a great service for this one. From the deepness of light, it thanks you. This one promised compensation for services rendered. It humbly suggests that a sum of 250 credits would be most appropriate.
Would you have had any chance of getting this past customs without me? You can be a bit more generous.
The other's words possess the discomforting ring of truth. This one could raise the sum to 500 credits. That is half this one's profit taken by the other. It can offer no more.
It'll have to do.
This one is glad to have come to an agreement.
I'm just browsing right now.
This one awaits your return.
Muy bien.
Analeas was running this place just fine before the Parasini woman came along.
Uy, no, les gusta la corrupción. A ver, antes de irme vamos a ver si ya era todo. Ciudadela. Sí, ya. Ay. Ahí no es.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination. Logged.
Perfecto.
The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Me gusta cómo camina así, como pinche reina. Le llegué, perros.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Quiero hablar con Rex, a ver qué me dice.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Ah, no más.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Pues no me dijo nada de los Rachni. No ha de estar tan enojado.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
Creo que ahorita voy a seguir con principales. Quiero ir por por la liara. Voy a hacer ese. Nada más que ahorita sí quiero hablar con todos los monitos.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
¿Un DLC? ¿En serio? Te estás pasando de la raya.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We,
Pero...
humanity,
bueno,
I mean, have to learn
no
to
es
rely
como...
on ourselves.
O sea, el DLC no tiene que ver con el final del juego ni nada así, ¿o qué? ¿Es una historia aparte o qué?
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Qué cínica eres.
You get a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
I come from a military family, too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold bricking.
A ver, fuera del hate que se merece Ash. Todo su problema con los aliens y su historial en el ejército me parece interesante. Es humana, pero nunca me ha parecido aburrida. El hate que se merece. No.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh, Lord. You went to the Makapog boot camp, too? Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
A la madre, ¿pero por qué? O sea, por los nuevos jugadores. Los veteranos no la cancelaban. Qué loco. Embaucar y pusilánime.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
algo oculta. Hubo un titubeo. ¡Cállate! ¿Qué pedo con esa respuesta? Después de toda la conversación, cállate.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
¡Ájale! Uf, boyerismo. Le voy a poner a que se bese con Garrus. Hilos dedicados a ella, a la madre. Ay, qué intensos.
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Commander. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours. You know, when we pick up that Asari scientist, we'll have to tell her we killed her mom. That's gonna suck. Just saying, Commander.
Ok.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ella piensa que fue un error. Yo digo que los Rachni pueden cambiar.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
Esto ya se lo pregunté.
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Me convenció para que no me convirtiera en un espectro por las mismas razones.
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Es una
Not all
lástima.
Spectres are like Saren, you know.
Of course not. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Muy bien.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what
Yes.
you got.
You bet, Commander.
Sigue igual de careno. Pues no sé cómo, pero ya tengo más varo. Pero está muy caro todo. ¿Qué es esto? Objeto único. Aumenta en 1 la cantidad máxima de granadas. Aumenta en 1 la cantidad máxima de medigel. Va. Eso sí. Y ahora vamos con la novia de Akuma. A ver qué nos cuenta.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
De Garu. El Garu fue quien le dijo caderona. Pero tú siempre andas diciendo que tal y esto, tal y el otro, y tal y bebé, y tal y no sé qué. Es tu novia, se gustan, se quieren. Acá no hay nada, ¿verdad? Oh, aquí es donde duermen. Ah, dice por qué está así. Ah, va, todos están marcados, ok. Hoy el galán.
Commander, do you have a minute?
Yo romanceo a Liara. Tali es la hermana pequeña. Ah, va. ¿Por qué te aburre?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. But bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
¿Quién es Cora?
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
¿Qué? ¿Tenías tiempo para hablar? ¿Pasaríais a la acción?
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Ah. Ya me dijo guapa. La humana biótica obsesionada con la cesárea en Andrómeda. Ay, no me acuerdo. A ver. Mass Effect Andrómeda Cora. ¿Cómo te acuerdas de todos los nombres? Ah. Che vieja alzada, me caía gorda. Órale, hay un montón de fotos de ella besándose ahí. Los romances con Cora. ¿Qué pedo con los fanarts de sus nalgas?
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training.
No, no la busqué ahí.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
¿Qué onda, Yeye? No, no estoy buscando. Es que lo puse así tal cual en Google y en las primeras imágenes aparecen así fanarts cachondos.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
No, solo contigo. ¿Tú crees?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
Le estoy dando alas al vato, pero no me interesa. Ya no te creo nada desde lo del agua mineral. Ay, qué oso.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Ok. Muy bien, ya platiqué. Creo que ya no me falta nadie. A ver. Vamos por Liara. Recorre los mundos inexplorados del cúmulo Artemis. Ok. Estaba bien frío ahí. Lo bueno es que hiciste la misión más difícil de las tres principales. La mayoría podemos dejar Noveria para el final. Me parece que cuando lo jugué la otra vez me dijiste eso. Porque me acuerdo haber llegado a Noveria, tener a Liara y de incluso bajar con Liara. Y tiene diálogo con su madre. Y lo hice porque tú me dijiste eso. Ya no me acuerdo qué dicen, pero pero bueno. A ver. ¿Cuál es el acá? Ah, no me dicen qué mundo, ¿verdad? Ah, más bien no me dicen qué sistema, nada, me dice que en Artemis Tau. Ok. Naves, vehículos. Ah, vamos a guardar. A ver, empecemos por el primerito. No tiene nada.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Ah. Luz es un planeta con atmósfera de dióxido de carbono y nitrógeno. Su superficie está cubierta por amplios cubiertos de arena de silicato. Solo unas cuantas áreas de las ígneas se elevan por encima del suelo y cortan los ásperos vientos cargados de polvo. La órbita de Luz está cubierta por estos rocosos atraídos por la gravedad del gigante gaseoso Omalka. La gran probabilidad de impacto de meteoritos, su exploración es altamente peligrosa. Ok. Vamos. A ver, a Tali ya no me la voy a llevar porque ya... Me falta. A ver, logros... Saqué 3 logros. Completar 5 misiones con Krogan. Completar Noveria. Completar 5 misiones with the Alliance Sentinel Squad member. Sentinel Ali? ¿Cuál es ese? Bueno, me la voy a llevar a ella y a Ashley. No tenemos fuerza biótica. Así. Mejor así. A tener un poquito de todo. Fuerza, tecnología, biótica y combate. ¿Eso que se escucha son los meteoritos o qué? Sí, ¿verdad? A ver. ¿Qué se marcó aquí? Y busca el equipo de reconocimiento. Ah, ese es el señal de emergencia. Ok. A ver. Lo que sí me gustó un chingo de Andrómeda fue toda la exploración de los planetas. Se me hizo muy cool. Un poco que me la pasaba horas explorando y minando los planetas. ¡Hora! ¡Mírate! Oye, sí me dispara de manera anticipada. Está chido, ¿eh? Sí me acuerdo que me burlaba mucho cuando lo jugué en el original. A ver, espera, ¿no tengo vida o qué? Ah, no. ¿Por qué se me baja? Ah, ya vi, entendí. Ajá, me acuerdo que me burlé mucho cuando bajé la primera vez a un planeta. Por cómo se manejaba y todo el show. Pero lo siento bien, ¿eh? Lo siento chido. ¿Dónde está? ¡Ya muérete! No más. Sí, rebotaba un chorro. Volaba así como si fuera de papel. Sí, me acuerdo. Así no usas el cañón. Ah, no me acordaba que tenía otra arma. Creo que... Ay, no sé, pero tengo hasta un clip, ¿no, Bati? Creo que fue en la Andrómeda, que me caí Me caí como por un precipicio y el Krogan gritó "Roar". O le hizo como oh shit. ¿Cómo cambio de arma? Ay, no, espera. Vamos a investigar.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men.
Ah, es otro botón. Ok, ok. Va, va, va.
You lead, I'll follow.
¿Ya fue todo? Creo que sí. Has encontrado los cadáveres de los hombres del almirante Kanoku. Ah, no, Kahoku. Vuelve a la torre de la ciudadela e informa al almirante del destino que han corrido. Va. Ahora aquí. Sí, sí se siente más pesadito. Creo que volaba un chorro. En este Mass Effect no se escanean los planetas, ¿verdad? Como en el... creo que era... Siempre se me olvida cuál fue el que jugué. Que te ponías en un planeta y lanzabas balizas. También tienes un litro. ¡Ay! Recuperada una placa de identificación. Has encontrado la placa de identificación del capital ME1. Es imposible saber cómo llegó hasta aquí. Ok. Es un Salarian. Vale. En el 2. Entonces jugué el 2, ¿verdad? El 3 es el que nunca he jugado. Has encontrado un artefacto salariano. Sigue buscando más. Está bien. Ahora vamos aquí. Fíjate que del 1 al 2 siento que hubo una super mejora. Entonces estoy ansiosa por jugar el 3. Comando Maya. ¿Se escuchó el ladrido de Maya? No puedes salir del mar cuando se esté aparcado en terreno nivel. Ah. Aparcado. ¿Esto qué? Ah. Pero ¿por qué? Mira, me dice electrónica habilidad demasiado baja. No se supone que tal Cali tiene ese acá. Es tu chamba, Tali. A ver. Pues sí, pero no. O sea, sí, pero le falta. A ver, es momento de sacar mis notas, porque esto se me va a olvidar y voy a querer regresar algún día. Así que voy a sacar mi cuadernito de notas. Y voy a empezar a hacer notitas de Mass Effect. Ay. Ay. A ver, espera. Tenemos No Man's Sky, Deliver of the Moon, Outer Wilds. Oye, ¿ya jugaste los DLCs de Outer Wilds? ¿Sí viste que regresó al Game Pass? Tiene DLC. Hay que darle otra vez al acá. Al Outer. Ah, ¿no tienes Game Pass? Híjole, estaría chido que se pudiera donar lo de los puntos de Game Pass. Ahí tengo un chorro de puntos que no utilizo. Bueno, ya fue todo aquí, ¿no? Sí. A ver. Edolus. Regresar a Edolus en algún momento. Voy a poner aquí. Congelación. Planeta congelado. Ok. Prospección. Concentración de hidrógeno. Es un gigante gaseoso. Plutonio. Luego hay cosas, ¿no? En los cinturones de asteroides. No. No, pues no. Fue en el el sistema Esparta. Edolus. Esparta. ¿Sí había algo? Mentiras. No, era esto, ¿no? ¿Cómo sabes si hay o no hay? Chakuma, no me andes troleando. Eres bien observador. Un grupo de pequeños asteroides de silicio que permanecen más o menos unidos por la gravedad. Prospección. Mientras explorabas el campo de asteroides del sistema Esparta, encontraste señales de que podría estar habitado. Se envió un grupo de reconocimiento para que investigara uno de los asteroides más grandes. La roca tenía un pequeño biodomo en funcionamiento, pero ni rastro de habitantes. Lo que sí encontraron fue una consola de datos con un disco de datos proteano intacto en su interior. ¿Ah? Ya ves, Akuma, te dije que tenías que checar bien. No le checas bien. Lore en un asteroide todo random. Grande Bioware. A ver, ahora vamos a Macedón. Peligro de radio nivel 1. Tiene una atmósfera muy densa de amoníaco y oxígeno. Su superficie es templada y compuesta esencialmente de dióxido de amoníaco y depósitos de azufre. Las vías de comunicación del sistema han registrado en los últimos tiempos cierto número de naves de comunicar operando en las cercanías. Sharjila tiene una ecología extensa basada en el silicio y respiradora de oxígeno. Ok. Caminar puede ser peligroso. Se desaconseja la actividad extravehicular. Mamá, ¿cómo lo avientan? Ok. Uno de 7. Muy bien. ¿Viste por qué no me lo lee? ¿Por qué no me lo redacta? A pesar de todas las pruebas que confirman la existencia de los proteanos, es poco lo que se sabe de su cultura y su sociedad. De vez en cuando se descubren más pistas en excavaciones, pero después de 50.000 años de su desaparición, poco se ha desenterrado de valor. Las investigaciones recientes se han centrado en el descubrimiento de discos de datos proteanos. Estos objetos son frágiles, que es raro encontrarlos enteros si están sueltos. Pero de vez en cuando se encuentra uno intacto dentro de un dispositivo de lectura o de una consola. Hasta la fecha se han recuperado 3 docenas de discos, y de ellos solo unos pocos han sido restaurados lo necesario como para que los investigadores puedan empezar a analizarlos. Aunque es posible que pase cierto tiempo antes de que los científicos descubran la manera de extraer los datos de los discos, en estos momentos consideran la mejor posibilidad de obtener más información acerca de la cultura proteana. Está en su hora de descanso. ¿O será que no lee lo secundario? Sabe. ¿Qué más? Conforme la raza humana se va expandiendo y aumentando su nivel de vida, crece la demanda de recursos industriales, y aunque se sabe que muchos planetas, lunas y asteroides contienen abundantes recursos, son muchos estos sistemas que han sido escasamente cartografiados, y mucho menos explorados a fondo. Las sondas no tripuladas son una solución, pero a menudo se pierden por los peligros del espacio, por circunstancias imprevistas o porque los saqueadores las roban. En años recientes... ¿Qué es eso? Ok. El Servicio Geológico de la Alianza ha ofrecido recompensas a individuos o equipos privados que estuvieran dispuestos a realizar prospecciones mineralógicas en la frontera. Los datos de estas prospecciones se ponen a disposición del público para impulsar el desarrollo corporativo. Ok, o sea, no es para nosotros. No obstante, debido al costo del viaje y el peligro que supone trabajar en mundos hostiles, rara vez supone una actividad provechosa. Los metales de bajo peso atómico suelen utilizarse para construir naves espaciales y vehículos. Los metales de elevado peso atómico suelen emplearse en la construcción de componentes para equipos. Tierras raras. La mayoría de materiales útiles de esta categoría son elementos radioactivos o magnéticos. Diversos gases son necesarios para la supervivencia de todas las formas de vida inteligente conocidas. Algunos se utilizan de forma habitual como un combustible. Muy bien. Guardamos. Iba a ver el mapa. A ver. Esta soy yo. Vamos para acá. ¿Cuál es el...? Oh. No, pero... Oh, es que no me explican los controles. Ay. Ok. Ahí en la remasterización les faltó poner una pequeña leyenda con los controles que tiene el Mako. Cápsula Asari. No está claro quién vivía aquí, pero parece que el sitio lleva tiempo abandonado. El contenedor de la tienda tenía, entre otras cosas, uno de los escritos de la matriarca Dilinaga. Ok. También les faltó como una barrita para ver el turbo. No, ok. No es necesario. Ay, ya me pasé. Que hay algo. What is this? Nice. Hay puntos rojos. Espera. No se puede guardar aquí. ¿Quién me dispara? ¿Eso? Ah, va. Muy bien. Oh, aquí. Creo que me morí. Sí. Ya, sí me dejó guardar. ¿A poco se murió esta? Uy, no. Qué poco aguante.
Rally round!
Vamos a hacerle algo. ¿O está arriba? Ok, ahorita vamos. Ah, no le he cambiado las armas, sí es cierto. A ella no le he puesto nada. Tienes razón. Sí, la mataron muy rápido. Y la Tali está como si nada.
Rally round!
Ah, perra.
Rally round!
Nice. Pero ahorita le doy armas chidas. Decodificación demasiado baja. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Yo tengo que tener la decodificación o lo tiene que tener mi equipo? O sea, mi acá. O sea, con que mi pelotón tenga las habilidades yo también. Se me hace que le voy a tener que quitar eso de que se suban solos, ¿no? Ya va. Pero no tengo ni puntos. A ver, guardo. Ah, cierto, ok. A ver, no, pero también quería cambiar esto, espera. No, que no se suba solito. Ay, ¿sí se guardó? Sí. No puedo quitarle los puntos, ¿verdad? Y ponérselos otra vez. A ver, esta lo tiene en el más. Primeros auxilios activados. Aumenta aún más el radio y la potencia del sabotaje. ¿Era ese o es electrónica? Ah, no, sí es este. Sí, caray. A ver. Ah, mira, ya puedo. La musiquilla. Has descubierto pruebas de que la Asari que lidera estos esclavistas y Nasana Dantius, una importante embajadora de la ciudadela, son hermanas. Deberías volver al Presidium y presentar esta información ante Nasana. ¡Ah! Todavía no he fallado ninguna de esas de decodificación, pero siento que en cualquier momento se va a congelar mi cerebro y ya no voy a poder. Vivo con el miedo de que mi cerebro se trabe y ya no pueda. A ver. A ver, morra. ¿Tú qué? Para ver, ¿tú qué usas? Pelotón. Escopetas y fusil de asalto. Es lo que tiene más alto. Escopetas y fusil de asalto. ¿Ok? Entonces, vamos a darte un fusil de asalto que haga más daño. Este hace 162, 170. Ok, este. Ajá. Este nivel 1 ya lo podemos deshacer. No lo necesitamos. Y vamos a darte una escopeta chida. ¡Hola, chaval! No, esta está muy chida para ti. Vamos a darte esta. Ya las que no uso las vendo. El Omnigel, entonces, ¿para qué se usa? Porque siento que necesito Omnigel. Para curar al maco. ¿Y nada más? Bueno, también para... Por ejemplo, si quiero abrir unas weas con Omnigel, puedo abrirlo, ¿no? Nada más llego haciendo Omnigel. Luego se necesita. 137. Ok, este está muy bajito. Anda aquí. Y por si te da hueva hacer un puzzle, pero todos los que han hecho los haces manualmente. Los bajititos, esos sí. Los de nivel 1 sí los voy a convertir porque siento que no. Ni me van a dar mucho dinero por eso. A ver. Ah, mira. Le puedo dar una armadura más chida. Esta de 20 la voy a guardar para mí. Ah, no más. Me gusta más de blanco. Bueno. Ah, y aparte de los mods. Se me olvida que le puedo poner mods. Daño tóxico. Cuando dice, por ejemplo, más 40% a superar escudos y luego menos 20 de daño, ¿significa que su arma está haciendo menos 20 de daño? Ah, no, esos no me gustan entonces. No me gusta que tengan cosas con menos. Ok, esta vieja va a usar fusil de asalto. No, espera. ¿Cómo era? ¿Cómo es para...? Ah, ahí está. Ah. Sí, tú vas a usar y tú... Ajá, sí. Que también tiene un fusil de asalto chido. Pero ajá. Muy bien. Y ahora... Tali es de pistolas. ¿No? Bueno, así como de pistolas. Más bien ella es como de poderes, ¿no? ¿Qué? Pero sí, pistolas. A ver, vamos a ver si hay una más chida para ella. Pistola, aquí está, esta por ejemplo. 122, 163. Pero esta puede ser para mí, ¿no? A ver. Sí, no, está mejor para mí. Ah, pero lo de calor está bien bajo. Nada más un arma, ¿verdad? O sea, realmente casi no cambian de arma. Va. Yo me acomodo con las pistolas. No le puedo cambiar absorción de calor, sí. Ah, yo solo puedo usar ligera. Eso ya no se puede cambiar, ¿verdad? Ya sé, me la paso con la pistola. Pero hace buen daño. Mira. Tengo más wea de pistolas que de fusil de francotirador. Oh, ok. ¿Eso te pone triste? ¿Que ya no se tambalee? Mira, una ligera humana. Nice. Perfecto. Y ya, ¿verdad? Estaba divertido tratar de atinarle. No manches. Pero no era parte del reto. Era un bug. Muy bien. Que sigue apareciendo el signo de admiración. ¿Hay algo más? ¿Tabú? Ok. Pues sí, hice todo, ¿no? Ay, era aquí. Me da mucho miedo esas cosas, se pasa muy rápido.
You lead, I'll follow.
Ready.
Qué aburridas, no dicen nada chido. Oye, ¿aquí no platican cuando van en el Mako? Ya ves que en el Andrómeda sí platicaban. Ah, va. Un escrito de la matriarca de Linaga. Oh. Un asteroide rico en metales. Tan tan. Gnosos.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Oye, ¿qué le pasó a mi Shepard? ¿Por qué tiene granos en la nariz? Así no se veía antes. Ahora parece que tiene barros ahí, guacala.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core.
Así me veo yo.
And manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
¿Qué? No hay nada aquí. Ferum es un mundo industrial lejano pero rico que fue reclamado por la Alianza de Sistemas Humana. Su riqueza en metales pesados ha servido para financiar el crecimiento de las fábricas de la Tierra. Las muestras del núcleo, ricas en fósiles de organismos básicos basados en el silicio y el Ferum, fue más habitable en el pasado de lo que es hoy en día. Es posible que las muchas ruinas proteanas que salpican la superficie, la mayoría saqueadas por las corporaciones mineras. Ay, tiene capital y todo. 34,000, órale. Sí, viven un chorro de personas ahí. Ay. Amigos, tengo gomitas aciditas, ¿quieren? Chupa chups. Chupa chups Extreme Bites. Colorea tu día. Destello de sabor. Dulcemente acidito. A ver, aquí como que va a haber pelea, ¿no? Están aciditos. Dice exceso en calorías, exceso en azúcares, Secretaría de Salud.
Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Oye, este vato habla como Mirage. ¿Me confirman si es la misma voz? El Joker de Mass Effect ¿es el Mirage de Apex? Necesito confirmación, por favor. Ah, ¿qué pedo? Ok. Creemos que Rex es escopeta, ¿verdad? Dance Game. Ay. ¿Qué eres así? Ah, puedo deshacerlos todos. Ah, no, pero no todos. Es que la voz de Joker suena como Mirage. Ya estás, Bati. Hoy llego tarde, no me esperen despiertos. Va. Bye, que tengas bonito día. Ah, ok. Tiene la voz muy similar. Es que aparte la personalidad también creo que es muy parecida. Por eso se escucha como Mirage. De este mapa es del que más me acuerdo. Porque sí se veía bien feo, ¿eh? Como que sí le arreglaron bastante. No, no estoy traumada. No tanto. Nada más. Hay que seguir con él. Últimamente. No. Parece una abeja eso de. Últimamente ando. Soñando demasiado con lo último que vi. O sea, generalmente no me sucede eso tan seguido o tan obvio o que me acuerde. Pero últimamente sí fue de que vi Spider-Man y soñé que estaba en París. Ya ves que dije. Y la de los vampiros y soñé City Skylines y soñé con City Skylines. No sé qué madres y soñé con eso y así. Y eras Spider-Man. ¿Qué onda, amigos? Vi Spider-Man y era Spider-Man. Sí, están demasiado literales mis sueños últimamente. Aguanten. ¿Quién me disparó?
Only a fool punches a knapsack in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
Ay. No me distraigas, Rex. Oh, no vi que venía un segundo. Creo que ya. A ver qué hay aquí. ¡Espérame! Me espantó. ¡Ay! Ya pasó lo que tanto temía. Primera vez que me equivoco en una de esas madres. Ah, pero lo puedo hacer otra vez. Abajo. Ok, aquí no hay nada. Go, go, go. Easy. Hola. Muchos roquetones. ¿Se murió o no? Chacuma. Pero creo que sí hay guardados automáticos. Cuando me han matado me da una opción de un guardado. Pero pues quién sabe cada cuando sean, ¿verdad? Pero Pero sí hay unos. Que siento que hay un secreto ahí. No. Era buen lugar para un secreto. Lo que me molesta es que la reversa es dependiendo de cómo veas el coche. Es lo que siempre me ha molestado de este carrito. Que todo depende de la cámara. No, no es la misma. Ok, no. No, pero o sea, si le quiero dar de reversa, mira, ahí le está dando de reversa y quiero girar la cámara para ver hacia dónde voy, ya empieza a darle hacia enfrente. O sea, a eso me refiero. Yo hago la palanca para atrás, debería ser reversa siempre. Pero si quiero ver para dónde voy, empieza a pasar para adelante. Eso no es real. ¿Ya me entendiste? Mira, palanca hacia abajo. No la voy a mover, pero muevo la cámara y ahí yo le empiezo a dar para enfrente. Pues no, es eso. Me estás dando el avión, pinche Gerson. Vas a ver. Ese capa se vio como que me estabas dando el avión. Pues sí, señora, ya. Siéntese. No, ya mi pistola está súper poderosa. ¿Por qué vas de frente? Ah, pues porque soy bien verde. No necesito cobertura. Hacerle algo a ese güey. A ver, ve por el Rex. ¿Cómo? Vientos, Rex. Pero ponte tu escopeta. Es una escopeta chida. Go, go, go.
Huddle up.
No sé algo este güey. Lanzamiento. ¡Órale! ¿Te imaginas tener esos poderes en la vida real? A ver, Akumai te da una pregunta. ¿Qué poder de Mass Effect te gustaría tener? ¿Qué poder biótico te gustaría tener? ¡Ay, no seas aburrido! Escoge uno. Ah, chale. Mucha Kuma, vete a la verga. La madre. Una haciendo acá preguntas originales y tú me mandas a volar. Hambre. Oh, aquí me morí varias veces. Es un... ¡Ay! ¡Ay, la malla! Un gato. Comando malla. ¿Y esa? Ya me acordé que me morí un montón de veces la vez pasada. Poderes. ¿No le puedo hacer nada a ese güey? Sí. ¿Qué veo como borracha? Espérate, no te acerques. Ay, no. No. Ayuda. Ya se murió Tali. Ay, no se ve. Me mataron a Tali. No. No. Es que esos que... Ahora. Para atrás, Rex. No, ya se murió también. Ya valimos madre. Hijo de su madre. No, quiero cambiar de arma. No, ningún F, ningún F. Cúbrete, morra. ¡Ah! Se mueven muy rápido. Ok. Ay, no quería hacer eso. ¿Puedo hacer cosas? ¿Yo estoy haciendo daño o no? ¿Dónde veo su vida? Ya casi, ¿cómo sabes? Oh. ¿Quién necesita pelotón? Todavía queda alguien, ¿no? A ver, bien, levántense. ¿Quién queda?
Oh, thank you.
Hay alguien por aquí. Se murió tu papá, güey. ¿Qué onda, Kamikofi? Kamikofe. Bienvenide. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Eres fan de Mass Effect? Otra chica que juegue esto. Ahí vamos, mira. Voy en el Mass Effect 1. Sí, súper fan. ¿Qué tan fan eres? Si pudieras tener un poder... si pudieras tener un poder biótico de Mass Effect, ¿cuál sería? Fan de la trilogía y ya le hiciste el feo a la Andrómeda. Hay muchos buenos. A mí me gustaría el de lanzamiento. Siento que está muy divertido. ¿Te imaginas estar lanzando a las personas? A ver, ¿dónde está? Ahí no. ¡Órale! A mí me gusta, pero no me puedo considerar fan. Ay, ya va, quiero toser. Me gusta, pero no me puedo considerar fan porque hay gente como Akuma que es súper fan. No le llego, la verdad. No le llego ni a los talones. Pero sí me gusta Mass Effect. He jugado este juego como... Lo he empezado como unas 3 o 4 veces. Creo que no lo he terminado, no estoy segura, tengo muy mala memoria. Jugué el 2, ese sí lo terminé, pero ya no me acuerdo tampoco. El 3 no lo jugué. Y luego hace unos años jugué el Andrómeda. Y ya. Y ahorita pues le quiero dar a toda la trilogía ahora sí. Es mi multicuenta, te doy follow para que sigas motivada. Si tuviera que elegir uno sería el que te daría en el DLC. Eres una póster. Ah, chale. Pues sí, sí soy. Es esa explosión rara que mata todo. Ah, no más. Cuánta violencia. A ver, Akuma, tú que eres fan, ¿qué pregunta le harías a otro fan para saber si en verdad es fan? Vamos a interrogar a Kami. Vamos a verificar su fanatismo. ¿Ahora eso qué? Pinche Gerson. No quiero interrogar a los fans que llegan con trabajo. Existen. Bueno, no. ¿No los quieres espantar? ¿Te gusta más Effect? Sí. Ah, ok. Eres fan. Me da depresión jugarlo. ¿Por qué? ¿Porque ya no hay más? A ver, pongan atención.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Todo bien en el 1 y cada vez se va todo más a la melda. ¿De plano? Ah, no más, la Akuma. Muchas gracias, Akuma, por regalarle esa sub a Kami. Órale, qué generoso. Y qué buena onda eres. Muchas gracias, Akuma. Oh, disfruta tus emotes, Kami. No son los mejores porque fueron hechos por mí y yo no sé dibujar. Pero están hechos con amor. Y disfruta de Mass Effect sin comerciales. Gracias, Akuma. Tengo que hacer pipí. Espérenme. Muy bien. Ahora sí quiero que me pregunten para ver si soy fan o no. Pregúntale, Akuma. Tú eres el único que puede preguntarle cosas. Bien, todos. Gracias por la sub, Akuminsky. Vamos a escuchar a Liara.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Tranquila, tranquila, cálmate.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
¿Cuántos DLC tiene el primer Mass Effect? Pregúntale por qué tiene cejas. ¿A Liara? ¿Por qué tiene cejas Liara? ¿No debería de tener cejas? No es parte de su diseño. Ay, aguanta. ¿Por qué el rojo se murió de una y este güey no? ¿Son más chidos los blancos? El 1 lo jugué sin DLC. Compré los del 2 y el 3 nomás. Uy, no, no es fan. ¿A qué? Es la única Sari que tiene. Dato curioso, qué chido. Qué loco. Ahí se me fue toda mensualidad. Es que antes ese era el método, el modelo de negocio de los juegos. Ay, no, no quería hacer eso. Ya, los DLCs. Y ahora todo quieren gratis. Ahora la gente quiere juego gratis, contenido gratis. Pase gratis. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto, amigos? Escribir la secuencia de anulación. No la tengo, sí. A, X, B, Y, X. Ah, vale. ¿La atiné o lo destruí? ¿Qué hay por aquí? Tenedor. Gracias a Dios ya se acabó. Ahora solo te venden skins con la cara de Neymar o Tom Holland. Sí, no, qué negociazo es eso de las skins. La neta. Pero están, por ejemplo, los de Riot, los skins de League of Legends. Esos me gustan un chorro porque te cambia también el efecto de los poderes. Siempre quise que en Overwatch hicieran algo así. O sea, que los skins también cambiaran los poderes, como se ven. ¿Sí tenía que hacer esto? Ah, sí, ok. No, tengo un DLC del 1. Guarda. Ok, no puedo guardar.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Sí,
Yes,
nomás
you're
con
right.
esa, Gigi.
I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
Cuando vi que lo hicieron con el de Mercy, neta pensé que lo iban a aplicar con otros. Pero pues les dio hueva, yo creo.
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on. I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Seren's looking for the conduit.
Este-
You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
¿Cómo le decimos de Venecia?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Commander, secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
Se ve bien rara.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
Spoilers. Está bien, no lo leo. Como que lo leí rápido y no le puse atención. No sé de qué hablar. Y ahora se dibuja las cejas mejor que mi vecina.
Run. Or don't. That would be more fun.
There a reason you're in my way?
The same reason you're here. The Asari. Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. Not, doesn't matter.
Wow. Tranquilos. A ver, ¿a ti? Es alteración. Daña a todos los enemigos y eventos cercanos de los... Ok, ¿a ti? Alteración. ¿A ti? Sabotaje. ¿Y a ti? También. ¡Vaya! ¡Ah, son un buen! Hay que hacer otra cosa. ¡Láncenlo! ¿Qué es esto? Así que los enemigos robóticos se vuelven frenéticos por un tiempo de manera que ataca todo. ¡Oh! Sí, ¿cuántas? Ahorita vamos a piratear. Ah, no, pero me lo puso aquí, ¿verdad? No, olvídalo. A ver, ahora sí. Pirateo. ¡Ah, no veo nada! Ay, no le estoy dando. Ahora. Ah, todavía no se muere, ¿verdad? aguanta. Especialidad, soy infiltrado. ¿Esta es la especialidad? Muy bien. ¿Hay mucha diferencia con las especialidades? Me gusta más el de soldado.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible
Como los
part.
mayas.
According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Plot twist, los mayas eran proteanos. ¿Cómo
Where'd you
sabes
come
todo
up
eso?
with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Cycle. Estamos en una simulación. A ver, ¿quién estuvo antes que ellos?
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their
Los
empire
elementals.
spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on
¿Cómo se
the
llamaban?
remains of those who came
Los
before.
bonitos que salían de la tierra de
Their
elementals.
greatest achievements, the mass relays and the citadel,
Celestials.
are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
Uy, no. Ya vi de dónde sacó Marvel todas sus historias.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Va.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
O sea, ¿nada más lo has jugado una vez, Cami? ¿O siempre que lo juegas lo haces siendo bueno? ¿Te da miedo ser rebelde o qué? Yo creo que en Andrómeda yo era medio ojete. Si mal no recuerdo.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
Aparte de la destrucción de unas importantes ruinas proteanas. Lo jugué tantas veces de Virtuosa que se siente raro hablarles mal a los personajes. Sí, en Andrómeda que o sea, como que hay opciones de hablar feo, pero no importa, ¿no? Como que no afecta nada. Habrá que jugarlo también como Renegade.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
¿Qué onda, Leitov?
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Ah, no me dio virtud. Lo hubiera colgado entonces. Tenía ganas de colgarle. Sí. Precisamente ahorita quería desconectar la llamada. Pero no sabía si me iba a dar puntos de renegado. Entonces me contuve. Hora de romancear a la pitufa. Sí, yo creo que sí. A ver, Cami, ¿tú a quién romanceas? ¿A quién has romanceado? ¿A quién te gusta? ¿Me haré algo de comer? Va, aprovecho. ¿Somos todos Team Liara? Ájale, ok, ya contestaste mi pregunta. ¿Estás de acuerdo que es súper aburrido darte a un ser humano? Te tienes que dar a un alien. Si no, ¿para qué chingados juegas más?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Liara, ¿por qué tienes cejas?
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Estaba preocupada. Oh, sí, ¿quién empieza todo?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Adiós.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
En el uno me quedo con Liara o Kaidan. Ashley no me cae bien. Justo de eso hablábamos hace rato. Dice Akuma que los jugadores nuevos de Mass Effect odian así, pero masivamente y con todo su cora odian a Ashley. Debes de sentirte sola.
Sounds dangerous and lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau. I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Me vi su crecimiento a través de la trilogía, pero me cae mejor Kaidan. Si tuviera que escoger entre Ashley y Kaidan, también me iría con Kaidan, pero pues son humanos. De hecho me iría por Garrus, pero me dice Akuma que no se puede romancear a Garrus. Si no me lo romanceaba él. ¿Soy fascinante?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No! I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Pobrecita.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess! How could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful, and now she is gone.
Hasta las piedras. No manches.
Are you gonna be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
Entonces el Andrómeda no lo has jugado, Cami.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Sí, como que a muchos de los que jugaron la trilogía en su momento, el Andrómeda nomás no les gustó. A los fans no les gusta, vaya.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered.
Okay.
Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Ah, eso es repugnante. Se me hacían que los personajes estaban más duros que Dieguito Maradona. ¿Qué?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Ok. La interacción fue la que se te hizo muy rígida.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Okay.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
A ver, Akuma, yo lo disfruté cuando salió, pero tenía mucho tiempo que había jugado la trilogía. Después de darle otra vuelta y tener más fresca la trilogía, Andrómeda me pareció muy malo. He querido rejugarlo varias veces, pero los personajes son muy aburridos. Ah, ok. ¿Y a qué se debe? ¿Será que cambiaron de escritores o qué pasó?
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Interesante. Todo el team original de BioWare fue cambiando hasta el 3. Ah, ok. Es lo malo luego, ¿no? De los juegos así que tienen trilogías o que son incluso más largos como un Halo. Difícilmente va a estar las mismas personas que lo hicieron exitoso. No siempre sale bien.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Que sean más juveniles no es malo, pero teníamos a Liam, por ejemplo, todo el juego pidiéndote cosas para su fiesta. Y sí, y creo que ese nunca lo terminé, esa misión. El de ver películas, ¿no? Yo quedé satisfecha con el final que tomé. No digo que 10 de 10, pero lo tomo. Ok. Saber qué me toca a mí. Qué emoción.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
A ver. ¿Qué tienes que decir, Kaidan?
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
Me dio risa que la Shepard y que... Ah, sí, toma asiento. ¿A dónde se va a sentar? No hay ninguna silla. Shepard? Qué informal.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe I got a bad signal. And if you're maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in. Ma'am.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. To my, taste. tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
¿Cómo puede haber rumores y literal acaba de subirse a la nave? Casi tenés tus momentos de risa, pero siempre son conscientes de que están en medio de algo malo. El otro se me hacía muy ligero, por así decirlo. Ok. ¿De dónde eres, Cami? ¿Eres de Argentina? ¿Tenés tus momentos de risa? Rumores por ser Asari tienen fama de facilotas y bailarinas. Sí, pues literal se acaba de unir y hay rumores de que está interesada en ti. Ah, si eres de Argentina. Ah, va, la atiné. Hay otros países de Sudamérica que también hablan así como de tenés y eso. ¿O nada más los argentinos? No, no es racista. No. Es que creo que yo, no sé si los de Uruguay o Paraguay, o unos de por ahí también hablan parecido. No, los colombianos hablan de usted. Los colombianos hasta a su mamá les hablan de ustedes como, entonces, ¿me va a dar de desayunar? Generalmente lo uso, pero a veces se me escapa. Ok. Teníamos aquí había un argentino que nos visitaba, pero nada más cuando jugaba Sea of Thieves. Creo que ya hasta se salió del Discord. Pero sí, nada más he conocido a un argentino.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Caden?
You're right. Sorry, it wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. Do you get my meaning?
Oye, si ya le dije que no hay nada entre Liara y yo, ¿ya no voy a poder romancearla o sí? Intento usar el neutro para pasar desapercibida. No, Cami, tienes que ser tú misma. Tienes que, ¿cómo dicen? Embrace. ¿Cómo se dice esa palabra? No. Tienes que abrazar tu cultura y tus orígenes. Nomás no le des más rollo. Está bien. Está bien,
You're talking about a particular example, aren't you?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
¿No hay una manera de darme a los dos?
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think.
No deja, ya lo intenté.
Just fought a war with them.
A ver, tenías miedo de que fuera a pasar. Pedir ayuda a los tiranos cuando acabamos de librar una guerra con ellos.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Canadics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Ay, ¿por qué no le puedo dar alas? Quiero decirle esto.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
Ay, si me paso de la raya solo debes de decirlo. Te estás pasando de la raya. Ay, sí, ya lo voy a cortar.
Sorry, Caden. This was just a battlefield thing.
There's my answer then. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Commander. I got some mixed signals. With your permission, I should return to my duties.
Pobre cabrón. Primero le doy alas y luego, no. No me interesa. Pobrecito, yo andaba bien emocionado. En otra ocasión, Kaidan. Ahorita no, gracias. Se cancela la pelea de gato. Todas son iguales. Sorry.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Creo que eso lo pregunté.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Sí, están muy chidos los Krogans. Espero ahora sí poder como acordarme bien de todo. Es que mi problema es que se me olvida todo. Tengo muy mala memoria. Entonces, luego hay detalles que se me escapan. Por eso trato de poner atención en los diálogos.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Ya tengo 2 expertos de Mass Effect. Fun fact, los Krogan tienen 4 testículos. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo sabes eso? Uy, si yo no respondo antes, ájale. Pelea de fans. Va a haber competencia de conocimientos.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Ájale, qué rudo.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
Who has it?
Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Ya salió la misión de Rex.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Porque hay un chiste de eso que te cuentan. Era algo como cuál es la diferencia entre un Krogan y el comandante Shepard, creo. Órale. Muy bien. A ver, espérenme tantito. Consumen un chorro.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Ájale. No, yo le di muy poquito, la verdad.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
Le di
I was
muy,
tasked
muy
with
poco.
tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Really?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Oh, mira. Está hablando de los testículos del Krogan. ¿Testículos Krogan?
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Killing out there.
40,000 for a full set. Ah, no va. Ahí está.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
No más, qué asco.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. They wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Híjole. Pues sí está difícil la elección de esto.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose.
Puedo ver ambos lados, Akuma. Puedo entender a los dos, la neta.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there.
Ahora ya salió la misión de Garrus. Nice, nice. Por cierto, ya nada más estoy platicando con estos monos. Y termino la sesión de hoy.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Ah, ¿ahora va la misión de esta o qué?
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I guess I'm just tired of people judging me because of who my father is. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed. And that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out again. But even if we stop Seren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Seren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Seren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Va.
I should go.
See you later.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Nunca dice nada nuevo, ¿verdad? Muy bien. ¿Con quién me falta hablar? No he hablado con la Ashley, ¿verdad? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está Ashley? ¿Aquí? ¿Quién vive aquí? ¿Abajo? Ah, estaba hasta el fondo, ¿verdad? Ah, sí, sí, sí. Cierto, cierto.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Te gané.
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Huh?
Let's pretend this never happened.
Caden, eh?
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
Fraternization is against regulations, ma'am. Don't ask, don't tell. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Uy, no. Ya cambió el tema.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last
Mike
day
cancelado,
out, Mike
sí,
was
sí.
waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Qué aburrimiento. ¿Qué es esa mierda? Lo que en realidad quiero decirle, lo que le voy a decir.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Uy, no. Tenemos una cristianita aquí. Trata de ser discreta, por favor. Eres una fanática religiosa. No, no es problema.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Por eso se siente raro jugarlo de mala gente después de tratar a todos bien. Es que sí, tienes que como que armarte de valor para mentarle su madre a todos. ¿Qué es esta mierda? ¿Hay más?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain
Uy.
themselves. Not yet, anyway. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Ya no quiero nada. Che vieja apretada.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Not everyone's as close to their family as you are.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, I never really thought about that before. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Ma'am. Ahora sí, definitivamente no va a haber nada entre nosotras. Me dijo señora. Goti. O sea, sí soy, pero aquí no. En el juego no. Entonces ya no puedo seguir dándole alas a Kaiden. Quiero darle alas a todos y luego cortárselas. Como la mujer que soy.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
Ya volví otra vez. O sí soy, pero no me lo digas tan brusco. Sí. Seguro es lo que quieres.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check. You want top of my class?
Yeah.
What are you talking?
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance.
I have to go.
All right,
Ya,
see
eso
ya.
ya no tiene nada nuevo. Decía mirar afuera. Ah, sí, a ver. Ah. Qué chafa, yo pensé que sí se iba a asomar por la ventana. Pero vamos a seguir con principales. Por lo menos esta ya para pasar como que al siguiente capítulo, ¿no?